Hello everyone, welcome to another trick video. So last trick was a long time ago, but there's another one today. Last time I finished off the tie shot, and today I found you guys a super cool trick that you can use pretty much in all of your games, and it's super tricky. And it's a super cool move that you can have fun with your friends and really spice up this game. So let's look at the board. We're 5 moves into the game, and the next move white decides to play the 2-3. At first glance, you might just asking your friend, "Yo, do you want to undo?" They just that and misclick, and then he's like, "No, this is what I wanted." And then you stare at the board and you're like, "This must fail, right? This got to be a stupid play that I can punish." Well, you better think again, right? Or you will think again after this video. So let's look at the exhaustive, right? The exhaustive list of defenses, right? For you to truly master this cool move. If black blocks, white's gonna wedge, and then we'll talk about the Atari on both sides. If black Atari is on the outside, the inside, white is going to extend. Black cannot Atari here, right? If you Atari, white is going to Atari, and then ladder stone, right? White is able to gain huge influence towards the outside, and then black's corner is squeezed, so not acceptable. Black's better defense is to crawl here. White does not have the ladder, so white needs to keep extending. And then black is going to crawl once more, right? The reason you do that is, right now if you play this, white is going to turn in a sente and then make a 3-space extension. So not only white is able to squeeze black's corner, but also extend himself super comfortably. Anytime you see a shape like this is beautiful, right? There's no way for black to attack this shape because white has a very nice move to connect underneath. Which is why black crawls once more, white extends, and now black extends. The reason for a third crawl is when you turn, this is a gote. Which is why white does not turn, and white can go ahead and just play somewhere else. So in this variation, black's corner is still a little bit smaller, and later on there's some annoying clamp at P16, right? If you wonder what are some of the follow-ups, white can play this. If you push, I can cut the stone off. If you play this one, I can Atari on top. Strengthen my outside. That's the Atari on the inside. Atari on the outside. White is going to connect. Black connects. White play this one. Push. And now very, very important. If you just back off, black is also going to connect here. Black has a super thick outside. And then white's corner is even not completely alive, right? There's a 10,000 year coal inside. So the correct move is for white to cut here, causing some weaknesses. If black tries to kill, white connects here, right? It looks like white's going to get killed, and in fact, white's going to get killed, but white can make use of the outside. And now there's a beautiful move. Whenever you see a shape like this, the shape move is always M17. Black attaches, white hanes, and then black connects, and then white connects. So this would be an awesome outcome for white because white is able to gain a lot of profits on the left side. And more importantly, it is pretty much a sente for white. If black plays somewhere else, white later on has all kinds of ways to give black problems, right? So white can think of playing a ko here, right? There's something in the corner. Or white can connect here and then squeeze here, forcing black to go and kill this group. And even K19 is going to be a sente, right? This is a ko here, so black needs a kill. So now we can see that this becomes super strong, right? This is a very hard to invade area for white. So if black does not want any of those things, black should play another move to completely kill the corner. White's going to follow up by building the left side. So this is a very pleasant game for white with this beautiful sacrifice. So at this point, a better choice is for black to patiently defend the vital move. White now connects and lift the corner, and then black plays another vital move. This is a very good defense by black. And I think at this point, this is slightly better for black because black is able to have a lot of influence towards the outside. Although some insecurities remain because of the cutting point that white made earlier. White's corner is pretty much alive. The influence in this early game is very important. So I would say black is slightly ahead. And this is probably how you should deal with the trick. We talk about this attach. What about we just kick here, right? This looks the most solid defense. So make sure you don't extend or anything, right? The best move is to play the small knight. If black hanes, white cuts, we're back to square one, right? This is the variation I just talked about. If black hanes on the inside, white makes a 2-space extension. And this group is very safe because if you pincer, I can drag the stone back. And it's pretty much impossible to do anything to this group. It's very solid. White settles the side, squeeze the corner, so this is not a bad outcome for white. What about this bamboo defense, right? This is also a very common move. White is gonna crawl, black blocks, white clamps here. Black obviously cannot descend because white is going to cut black off, and then these two stones are in trouble. Black is pretty much forced to connect, and now white is going to slide out. This is a very tricky, flexible move that you should remember, right? This is definitely the highlight of the trick. Against this move, your opponent will be super confused. Likely he's going to say, you know what? What are you doing? I'm going to kill the corner. White follows up with a 2-space extension. This is a very nice, patient move. Black says, okay, fine. Well, you just lost everything in the corner, and then the only thing you got is this 2-space extension with this pretty much dead stone on the second line. So he goes ahead and play. And then you should go ahead and play elsewhere as well. Wherever it's big, take the big moves outside. But eventually, white has a very evil move that is to play p18. Your opponent might just feel, I don't know how he's going to feel, to be honest, against this move. Because when you play p18, there's something in the corner. If black plays this one, white is able to have some aji here. So at least this is going to be a sente. If you have side supporting stone, you can directly drag the stone back. So black likely wants to kill, but white now has a Tsuji in the corner. And then this group is you're not able to kill it really. So if black plays this one, white is able to play t18, and then if you try to kill like this, black can make an eye here. And I'll leave you to verify that there's no way to kill white here. If black blocks, well, first of all, white can play the crawl here. So if black guards the corner, white is able to gain profits outside. If black plays this one, white pulls back, there's a cutting point, and obviously the corner is going to live. So at this point, if you play this move, no way to kill the corner. Super annoying for your opponent. So if your opponent is not very sensitive to life and death, it's super hard to detect this crazy move. I guess this is kind of the highlight of the trick. Right? So at this point, very slippery, very flexible. Beautifully played by white. And I think finally, we'll look at this Kosumi and maybe as well as the second line thing. So the Kosumi, very easy. White is going to attach. When black wedges, we Atari and then extend out, right? So looks like we are very miserable, but I don't think black is super beautiful yet, right? The shape is not great either. If black defends the corner, we slide out, and this is perfectly fine for white. If black caps, we can crawl. Make sure you crawl so you have 5 stones on the second line. And then you play a Kosumi, and then your corner is actually very big, right? If black spends a move, so first black needs to spend a move to make the situation look like this. But then look at the amount of points, right? So actually you can just count it out. So 5 plus 4, right? So you have 9 points in the corner. So that's pretty big corner, right? It's definitely bigger than you imagine. So at this point, this is a beautiful game moving on for the territory lovers, because there is a leak here, there is a jump here, there is some sort of weakness over this area as well. So perfectly equal game, where I think the territory lovers will definitely love this variation. And finally, if black caps, white is going to play a small knight, black kicks, white extends, black needs to fix this weakness, and then at this point white lives, right? Why does white live? When you clamp here, white descends, and then Hane. If black kills this eye, we can play this one. Now that's pretty obvious that white lives. If black descends, we can descend as well, right? We have an eye here. If black comes in, we can kill black, and then we live. Very simple. If black does not play anything, it plays outside, we just connect, and this is probably, well, this is just a life as well, right? Well, and more importantly, there is a cutting point, right? Always evaluate your invasion, you know, based on whether your opponent has insecurities outside. All right, so actually, it looks like our 3-2 cannot be severely punished. So feel free to go ahead and use that in your games. Why not? This is so cool that. You know, I think if you're playing with your friends, I think both of you are gonna appreciate this super cool move a lot. Super fun move to play. No easy way to punish. If you really want a good defense, I think a couple choices, right? Like I talked about, this is gonna be an equal game. This is not bad. Another defense is maybe if you like the outside, you can play out like this, right? So this is kind of a recap. Sorry, so at this point, white needs to live, and then black hops out. So black is able to gain a lot of influence towards the outside. He lost the corner, sure, but the outside is very, very strong. Despite a little bit of insecurities, it's very hard for white to drag the stone right now because the fight looks really hard for white right now. So that's a great continuation that you can play to defend against that trick. Alright, so that's a super cool trick, right? Like, but you might have a question. So how did you get this trick? Like, how did you, right? Is this something that you made up by yourself? Like, has anyone played this thing ever? Like, so how did you find this trick, right? That's your question. Well, I found this trick because it was actually played in a game between a professional against an AI. So it's at this stage that the next move, so this game is played between Go Galaxy and Jiang Weijie. So Jiang Weijie is it's a 9P professional in China, and then Go Galaxy is a very, very strong AI in China, right? That is it's slightly worse than Fine Art, but it's probably the second place in terms of AI technology. White, which is Go Galaxy, he played this one. And this makes a lot of sense in this case because white has a lot of supporting stone that is putting threat into this corner. So white goes ahead and plays this one. And in the actual game, they played out this variation, I believe. White is able to not only destroy the corner, but also causing life and death problems for black, right? Because of this wall here, black has a lot of insecurities, and then he has to worry about himself as well. So this would be a beautiful context for which this 2-3 move is not a trick anymore, and rather a very creative and a nice move that is played by one of the strongest AIs. However, this early in the game, if you want to try it out, no problem. Go ahead, go for it. I would call it a trick because it's super early, right? You don't want to play this move this early in the game. Yeah, so I wouldn't call it Joseki or anything like that. It's more of a trick, which is why I put it in my trick video. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video and you guys will be able to try out this super, super cool move in your future games. Have fun with your friends and spice up the game. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.